I don't think I'm making a bold statement. Few of us hide our passions. We hide our stoke. It's written on our face. It's written in our energy of what we enjoy. And to see Magic Mike live his dream is great.
I'm stoked for that. Is he gonna put a bike up in the like?
The script goes.
I need to see your face.
The script
Maybe I don't
goes.
want to hear the script.
Okay, well,
Never mind.
I do my bit. Let's hear it from Magic Mike. He comes in through the doors. Listen to this. We're trying to do a thing where we got him on camera and it's showing on the screen behind me.
Mm-hmm.
So Mike, like a talk show, he's riding his bike through the crowd. So the crowd sees him on the street and then follows him through the crowd.
Sure.
Here he is, Magic Mike. We got to get this bike up on the stage. It goes on this thing that you have.
We have. It's in shop currently.
Okay. And then DJ Magic Mike, thanks for coming. Let's hear it.
Are you what personality are you?
I'm the green suit, green sleeves.
Are you do you have your shades on or not?
Yeah.
Lee Greenwood.
Yeah. And my whole bit is like, I'm annoyed to be there. You people don't know culture. And I got to get to bed. But the whole time it's like people are like monkeys with cymbals. Right? They're taking beer cans.
I hope you're recording this. Yeah. All right, good.
and I'm annoyed. That's hopefully that passes. I was saying with Brian, our best case scenario is the script we wrote. We're just off of it. Like we fall apart because we can't, because it's so crazy we can't even maintain a script. Worst case scenario is it just doesn't bite.
Yeah.
But is that even so bad?
No. It's whatever the camera catches too. I mean, it would feed your soul if it bit.
Would it feed yours?
Yeah. But if it didn't, still there with my buddies.
Right? I've been at many events where we're together, other things I organize are together, and then you're in the back room and then you're listing, well, it did snow today. Well, it is cold out. You start justifying, you start trying to make yourself be happy. Right? That only 17 people came.
Sure, when you're standing in the back of a band.
Yeah, I think we're okay.
Oh, you could buy tickets in advance?
I think we're at 100.
How many people can that place hold?
500.
105.
So the thing is that the cap doesn't really apply to us because there's people coming in and out. So like
madness.
Yeah. So anyway.
Expect to see the police and the fire department.
At least one woman.
Take your pick.
Merritt, you want to exit the stage or you want to hang out here?
I don't think he hangs out. He's like Phil.
Yeah.
I'm cool with whatever. You guys.
Yeah.
What if we had a drum set so you could Max Weinberg?
Are you good on the drums?
I took lessons for a little bit.
Yeah.
My uncle is a drummer.
Oh, right.
I did lessons for like a summer on Zoom.
Yeah.
Drums over Zoom. Believe it or not, actually doesn't work that well. So I didn't.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, I didn't get probably the best coaching there, but it was fun. For summer, just chipping away.
Got some basic, some basic technique stuff.
Yeah. Show me your air drums.
Okay. Well.
I'll be the sound. You do it.
Elbows up. Thank you. That's my audition for Genesis.
Okay, well, this has got to be our 81st.
It's 72nd.
Really?
Oh yeah.
We've been stuck in this limbo here, 70s, for a long time.
Irrelevant.
Like this.
And so is Scott, by the
70s
way.
treadmill.
If you asked me
Oh boy.
if you asked me what the number was, I don't.
Our 73rd episode, and we are rapidly approaching the Mama Tried week. And it has become a week. Happy holidays, I think it's fair to begin to say.
Sure.
And I wanted to just go over a couple things. I wanted to explain them in long form before we invite our guest up on stage. One thing I came across in a dream the other day, and I think it defines our lanes. Hold on, this will only take about 45 minutes.
Did everybody go to a bar before this that I wasn't invited to? Because
Warren, I was talking with Harley about some details. And some questions came up, and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Warren talks about the money. I talk about philosophy.
Sure.
And Scott talks about the art.
Stay in our lanes.
We stay in our lanes. Is that a fair? I don't know if they've ever been defined so clearly to me as just that.
Fair.
So philosophy. Where are we going? Why are we going there? And that's what I want to talk about today is a little bit of heavy philosophy. However, I do want to give some hard, factual, what do you call it when information is used immediately? It's called when you have a discussion and it's very prudent to a situation like how to change a tire. Poignant. Practical? There's a better word for this.
Practical. It's good. Yeah.
I want a $10
fancy word.
I know. I feel like you guys are up firing on all
Okay.
6 cylinders, and I'm over here on 3, rubbing
all
2
right.
sticks together.
It's all right. Okay, I wanted to give some.
I'm going to try to get caught up. I'm going
to get some real information. Scott, I don't know if you know this. Warren, I don't know if you guys know this, but the week of Mama Tried starts on the 17th of February.
Sure.
And
coming up.
we have the world's smallest indoor motorcycle race
At the Cooperage.
at the Cooperage. By the way, I'll be at the Iron Horse Hotel there all week. You guys will be
I'll
there?
be there.
No?
I'll be there.
No, I can't.
Can't.
It's too much.
It's too much.
I don't know. I seriously do not know how you guys do that. It's just like as if the week of insanity wasn't enough. You also need it to be like
24 hours.
yeah. You need a 24-hour.
I don't find it to be
Hysteria.
24 hours.
Does your family stay with you, Warren?
They'll be there on. Well, the boys come on Sunday, and Stacy will be there on Friday and Saturday night. Otherwise, I'm just there by myself.
But you also like it's not like you can just close the door
Yeah,
and then
I
it
can.
stops.
Absolutely can.
Really?
Yeah. I find comfort and quiet at the Iron Horse.
I find comfort and quiet in my home,
Sure, I don't.
separate from everyone else.
I'm with you. It's constantly.
Oh.
"Damn, my butt."
Oh, right. So for you guys, it's just to have a room is like
Yeah. Yep.
Right? Because I'm
Gotcha.
Jeremy, motorcycle Jeremy. My family, my wife, my kids don't care. When I come home, the recycling still needs to get taken out.
Exactly.
Right?
it doesn't matter that it's Mama Tried week, or
Correct.
Friday week.
It's almost like to come at you harder
Because you've
out
been
of
gone.
spite. Yeah.
Because you've been planning and you've been gone with the planning part of it, and so
You're gone gallivanting. You're gone. You're out. You're having a good time with your boys. You know,
Right.
you smell like whiskey and barbecue. And
Okay.
I'm here with the kids, working my job alone, taking them to soccer practice. Mm-hmm. And now you want to go to bed? No, the dishes need to be done. I'm just making up a hypothetical, but that's why I
Yeah.
like staying in the hotel. It's a pause in my life.
Yeah.
Right. Okay,
Vacation.
I feel you.
Tuesday night is the mini bike race. Wednesday is also a mini bike race at Elwood's.
Wait. Tuesdays at the Cooperage.
Cooperage.
That's the 17th.
The world's smallest indoor motorcycle race.
Yes.
I like the overhead shots of that. That's
I know.
Yeah.
Me too.
Pretty good.
That's
It was-
dope.
that
Did
was
you run
really
that,
great.
Brian?
Shakes.
Really?
He brought a little 360 camera.
Damn.
Yeah, that was
that
cool.
was sweet.
Yeah. Brought a drone and crashed it.
At first, I thought it was you did crash it inside the.
It's a little baby one, so you're supposed to.
Did it just run into a pillar or something?
I think I ran into somebody.
Oh, you're doing like the low chase.
I think a mini biker hit it.
Yeah.
We have the event at Elwood's, and I just want to give a little brief history of that real quick. I sold that to Nate. I begged Nate to do it, and now it's pretty standard.
It's got a life of its own.
It's got a life far beyond me.
Yeah.
Thursday, Harley Davidson Museum, great tradition of bringing your race bikes there, getting in free admission to the museum if you bring your race bike. I think the mini bike race is cool in the parking lot, but I don't think that's even the best thing going on that day. It's the energy inside the bar. I don't know if they're having live entertainment or a DJ this year, but you get to get in for free to the museum and show your race bike at the museum. So it's it's got good optics for
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're leaving there and we're
It's
going.
kind of the day that it's also kind of the day that everybody's coming into town, and so there's a lot of like people that it's when you first see the people that you haven't seen all
Yeah.
year since the last show.
That's the greeting room for the weekend,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so to speak.
It's a good start.
Yeah.
Because
Kickoff.
because the next is that night at 9:00. We're going to rent a theater. We're going to rent a club, a disco club. Do people use the word disco anymore?
Discotheque.
A nightclub. And here's something we can bounce. I want to bounce off you philosophically. Well, chopper dudes. People have this stereotype. Even amongst our friends, we stereotype ourselves. Chopper dudes don't like those kinds of things. Chopper dudes don't want to go there. And what do you say to that, real quick? I mean, of course, I can refute that, but what do you think to that?
Don't come.
Doesn't make it. Okay. That does, but also that just doesn't hold water. I feel like everybody wants partying is like that's half of the thing.
It's where your friends are going to be, so it doesn't matter where you're at.
Yeah.
We have chosen that specific location to have elevated fun.
Yeah. And I don't. One of the motivators for us doing it there is I don't feel like I could con someone or beg someone to have that party at their place, only to have taken off their Christmas card list the following Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's quite a ruckus to bring into
was.
an establishment.
Yeah.
Also, the highlight, he's a it's a non-corporate run venue. There's no live station. He's a locally Milwaukee.
Locally owned and
Yep.
operated, just like
Yeah.
ourselves.
And that venue's been there since 1928.
That's cool.
Cactus played there like a couple of years ago, which I missed. I didn't know about it until like 2 days afterwards.
Never heard of them.
You know.
We'll talk about that in a little bit. Friday, of course, is Mama Tried. I'll do a podcast, Brian. If we'll do a live. Can we do a live about just Flat Out Friday information for the riders? Saturday, of course, is Mama Tried show. 10 to 10 this year. Is that what it is?
Yep.
Breaking up the day with our stop at Kochanski's. Warren, you picked Kochanski's as being part of this routine of the week. Why Kochanski's? What?
It's Milwaukee. It's what I envision Milwaukee is, right? I'm not technically from here, so when I walk into that place, it's just like you get that.
It's such a great place to bring people from out of town.
Yeah.
It's so quintessentially Milwaukee.
Yeah, you get it all. You get the polka and the weird
polka
lights and the
accordion
smells
bands
and
and
Pierogies?
the bar is overrun. You
pierogies.
can't get a drink, and
yeah,
the bathroom's a one manner. It's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
Dancing, people
The
are.
floor is wet. Everyone's shit faced.
After that, the post party, the official post party is at the Iron Horse Hotel. Is that correct? In details to come on that. We're still sorting out the fine details. The next day, we call that church. Get to the Mama Tried show on Sunday morning. To see it with the light and with the
light's
Sunday
coming, when the
hue.
light's streaming in early in the morning on Sunday it's one of the it's a
Highlights of the weekend.
it is
If you can muster enough
existential
energy to get there by
experience.
Sunday,
Yeah,
that's
if
the
you
finish
can,
line.
yeah, if you can get yourself out of bed on Sunday morning, that's quite a feat.
10 to 4?
3.
10 to 3. Then there's talk of ice racing. I've been people have been asking me for information about ice racing. We are not even at the 15-day forecast for me to predict if or where there will be ice.
Yeah, you never know.
And I think it works best if it just organically happens. So some people are going to set it up, and we're going to tell you that that's where it is. There's
Yeah.
no
Word will
organization
get
on
it.
our part. We're just letting you know that this
Yeah.
is happening there.
McKinley Marina is where we the closest place that we would send people if there is actually something happening and there's good ice. But we just don't know.
You know they have saunas there?
That's what I heard, but that's new this year, right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't
think
know.
it's like a private
You don't know
a
that.
vendor. Yeah.
Yeah, you buy
Look-
some sort of a ticket, and you get to take a sauna, and then people jump into they have an ice
They
cutout,
cut
and
out-
jump
they
into
cut
the
a
lake.
space out. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, rad.
It's pretty cool.
So check that out if you're in Milwaukee. I suppose we'll have more details about that soon. I want to address just two things about Flat Out Friday specifically. One is Warren, you set this up. We have a deal with Harley Davidson, or they propose us to give veteran tickets for $15.
Yep.
So for Flat Out Friday, walk up only, you can get 2 tickets per ID for a veteran, current military, current first responder, retired first responder. It's very loose on that, just some sort of an ID. $15, 2 tickets,
$15 each.
$15 each. Walk up at the Pfizer, and the same applies for the Mama Tried.
Correct.
Yes?
And the fees are
There's no fees.
There's no
flat
fees
fee.
when you walk up.
It's $15 cash, no change. That's it.
Yeah.
And that was quite a thing to put together with Harley and putting it together with the Pfizer and Mama Tried. So thanks to all those
we
parties.
appreciate
The
everyone.
Eagles Ballroom. All parties involved as a thank you, because it's really not that simple to make those kind of ticket deals happen.
So the same for walk up at Mama Tried.
Yep.
$15 veteran, first responder.
Yeah.
Yeah, all this.
Compliments
Oh,
of
that's
Harley
true.
Davidson.
Yep.
So they're supplementing that because there's fees on both ends. And so I don't want to get into the didactics of it or be too didactic. But it's more complicated than it seems. All right. I do want to say, too, about the pro purse. A while back, I added $1,000. I don't know if you know this
How
or
much
not.
is it now?
Total for the pro purse. I don't know what it is total. I got to do the math on it. But it is $1,100 to win.
Okay.
In addition to that, well, it would be $1,200 to win, because in order to win, you got to win the last lap, because there is $100 to the leader of all 35 laps.
So you get 1,000 to win if you win on the last lap. If you're
You would
leading the last lap, you take 1,100.
You get $1,100 to win.
Yeah.
In addition, you get your lap money.
Got it.
Okay? Now,
But what if you slide in on the last corner and take
okay,
it?
a lot of questions. And so it's a significant purse. $800 for second. I don't know. I don't have the numbers in front of me. It's a significant purse. But here's what I think is unique about what we're doing. I'm announcing this purse now for the first time officially, now that we're closed. We're closed. We're not taking any more pros. My point is, I'm not using our pro purse to dangle you to come to our event. I'm using our pro purse to thank you for coming to our event. I think it's a philosophical difference
Yeah,
in
I
what
agree.
makes
That
our
should be
event unique.
great.
that should be noted.
In
I'm very
addition,
excited that Cameron Smith's coming. I didn't
Is he gonna
realize.
ride?
What's that?
Is he riding?
Yeah.
Sweet.
And
Cameron
he's
Smith?
gonna have a bike in the show too. He said he got 3 Yamahas this year. So
Killer.
he's got a sweet setup.
I like that kid.
Yeah, he's great.
in addition, I put $500 towards women, the women's race. I think $250 to win, $150 for second, 1 for third. Does that math add up? And then I added an extra.
But there's several women's classes, right? Is it just
There's women's boonies, and then there's open women.
okay?
And then there's the hooligan class, which is still going strong here in Wisconsin. $400 to make the main. So winner gets $400, and 12th gets $400.
Nice. That's awesome.
So all 12 people who make the main automatically get
$400.
$400.
Yes, I want to just take that
Sweet.
pressure off instead of
great.
making it. It's a lot of weight to be pushing around out there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I kind of want it to naturally filter out and be safe.
Yeah.
It's a lot of horsepower on a tiny little track. All right, I'm I'm introducing our guests. Our guest.
Should you just
wait
introduce
to
them
see
and
him.
then clap?
This is Merritt Prock, my son.
Hi, thanks for
And-
having me. Oh, okay, a lot of rules here.
And I wanted to. I think he's got a fresh perspective on the culture and the community of which we are trying to curate. A unique young perspective, and he has nothing to gain. His opinion. He didn't ask to be on our podcast. He's not selling anything.
yet.
He gets no
Not yet.
clout. Maybe he even gets less clout at his high school for being on this podcast.
Yeah. Don't
And-
tell anyone at school.
And of course, I'm proud of my son, but I'm not here to like just shine up a piece of.
No, merit is an integral part of what we've been putting on the last.
4 years?
How long? No, more than that, right? Pre 2020, you were DJing. When did you start DJing?
I think I started 23, 22.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've only been in it for a little bit, but I'm finally conscious now, so I can understand. I can recognize
You
guys.
you got the You walk in like you know the setup. You
Yeah.
just plug in.
Yeah.
Well, let me just start with some basics. So, who are you? You know, how old are you? What's your deal here? Where are you coming from?
Thanks for having me in this wonderful studio here.
A little chilly, but
Yeah.
better than it was. Thanks for the heat.
You're welcome.
Oh, good work, good hustle.
You're welcome.
My name's Merritt. I'm 18, freshly 18. I go to an arts high school, and I'm a Capricorn. Did I miss anything?
Okay.
This is
Okay.
this is not a nepotism sandwich.
Okay. So you, like Scott already alluded, you're part of Mama Tried, not because you love motorcycles, but because you are part of music.
Yeah, I try to be. I mean, I go to an arts high school, so I'm studying jazz right now. But even before then, music has been a part of my life for all of it, I guess. I came out of the womb listening to 91.7 and Chris Treater and Dr. Sushi.
People that don't know what that means, 91.7 was that?
We have a local radio station, college radio station that I've been listening to since I think my mom got those speakers that you put onto the stomach. Yeah, so it's like, you know how people usually do
The
like
bone
Beethoven.
phone. Yeah.
It's a
stuff
radio.
like that.
It's a radio station that's rare these days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
and it's been a cornerstone of our community.
It's really
in
cool.
Milwaukee, so that's great.
Yeah, I've been growing up and on that, and yeah, I don't know. I went to a Mama Tried event. I had like DJ'd before when I was like 6 years old at like a backyard party, or whatever. And the one lesson I was taught was anytime there's a gap, just go to the next song. And I interpreted that as anytime there's no vocals, swap the song. So I would be like, anytime the singer would take a breath, I would swap back and forth between the two iPods. I don't think I did very well at 6. But
Really, that was like a thing.
yeah,
that you thought.
we had just like two
Like in-
iPods, like a
That's
mixer.
great.
It was great. But I went to a Mama Tried event, like pre-party, a couple of years ago, and I watched somebody DJ there, and I was like, man, like I could do that. It looks so awesome. And here we are. So
Yeah, well,
Last-
you were probably like, I probably have a better record collection than that guy.
yeah, probably. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a little bit of arrogance in DJing. You have to be like sort
Yeah.
of hungry and competitive. But
Well, like your dad is the minister of philosophy for Mama Tried Fat Friday. If we had a minister of music, you would be it.
sure, yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Well, so related. What does the music have anything to do with this motorcycle
Well,
event?
It's mostly atmosphere,
Yeah.
right? Where you're like creating a sort of sense, a sort of a vibe.
Feeling it.
Yeah, exactly. A sort of groove.
Well, and I think that you also have a unique perspective because you're young,
Yeah.
but you also understand the music of the graybeards,
But old at the same
like
time.
us. But you also know all the youth stuff. You know hip hop. You
Yeah.
know jazz. You know all the different genres.
Well, yeah.
Kinda
Not
matches
that jazz and is useful
But
on a Saturday afternoon at Mama Tried, but you have the knowledge.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of matches what we're doing out there, right?
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a bunch of different motorcycles, a bunch of different people.
Yeah,
So
and
try
I
to
could-
cater to a round.
Yeah, well, I think Mama Tried is like, if you wanted to go to a motorcycle event where there's Leonard Skinner, Led Zeppelin, Patriot Rock, go right ahead. There's a million other events you could go to.
Yes.
But Mama Tried, you get this, you get me who ate a bowl of Fruity Pebbles this morning to curate it, right? It's like.
You get Leonard, but you get
Yeah, you get Leonard. I like to think of it. My philosophy with it is I sort of reel people in. So I play like maybe a Creedence Clearwater Revival song.
Speaking of my father, currently.
I play a CCR song. I'm like, you like this? You like this? Oh, here's a Gay House song. Oh, jeez. It's like I try to keep people. I try to mix it up. I try to,
which is
you know,
good. Which is really
It
good
keeps it interesting. Keeps it fresh.
because there's something for everyone.
Yeah, yeah, and the amount of times I've had people be like, you take requests, play, play AC/DC, play, this, that, the other thing, and I just want people to just like trust that like I'm going to play songs that you don't like, but there will be a song that you will like
Right.
in there.
Yeah,
That's kind of the
Accept the process.
trust
Yeah.
the process.
exactly, and I feel like that's sort of the motto of Mama Tried is
Yeah.
trust the process.
You got to kind of give people the opportunity to decide whether they want to fuck with it or not.
Exactly, and I do that with music. I don't mean that arrogantly, but it's just like it's something I've noticed.
No, but you have a good background. We've talked about this in the sauna society. We've saunaed together and talked
You have
about.
a society that I don't know
we're a
about?
secret sauna society.
Yeah, we
We do have a secret sauna society.
Yeah, we haven't been great about it this year, but
we'll get on that.
But mostly what we talk about is music.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You were on a Pink Floyd kick for a while.
I have.
I've been listening to. I'm nearly finished that. Oh, the biography of Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
And I forget the author's name. But it's great. Really, really awesome. And I wish I would have read it a long time ago.
Did you watch the Bruce Springsteen?
The new one, the movie.
Yeah,
I saw it.
I loved it.
I thought it was
Good?
great.
Really?
I thought it would be a really powerful movie.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was
cool.
bawling by myself watching it.
Why? So was I. Why?
Like the yearning to connect with his father was heavy.
I thought I really liked the way they portrayed alcoholism,
Yeah.
going into the bar and finding his father, and it was shot through the height of an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
And also alcoholism depicted not as like abusive, but as empty.
Yeah. As everybody knows that it's happening and everybody's sad about it and we can't figure out how to get around it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry to be too.
No,
sorry
no,
to really
it's
put
fine, it's
a lead in this conversation.
I find that music is the only thing that really brings out emotions in me. That's one of the things that like
Yeah.
gets me going.
Yeah, I have a theory that like music is the most direct form of like human expression because it's like these rhythms and these grooves and these melodies like we don't know why but we like them
Yeah.
and we know what sounds good, we know what doesn't.
Yeah.
So it's like, and it's in a weird, music is in a weird place where everything else is visual and music is auditory. So it's, I don't know, it's like feels so much more personal, I feel.
Yeah.
And that's what I definitely get, that sort of music
Yeah.
thing. I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever cried to a movie, and I've cried to an album hundreds and hundreds of times. Not
Yeah,
to brag.
movies are a close second, and like they might be hand in hand, but music does it a lot.
Yeah. 100%.
YouTube has been such like for me, like such this treasure trove of, there's all these like little crappy, and some of them are clearly AI generated.
Yeah.
And like you got to kind of like take it with a grain of salt,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
but you know, on bands that you just don't know anything about, and there really isn't much out there to you know to unless you really really dig.
Yeah.
And find a book that's been out of print, you know, for 10 or 15 or 30 years.
Mhm.
But like last night I watched a UFO documentary, and it was like it was awesome.
Do you know UFO?
I do know UFO.
Okay.
Why is that funny?
It's
No one saw that coming.
It's very
Well,
Scott.
it's
I was gonna
and
say,
like
yeah.
and their first two records were like these like space rock things that I never even knew that there was like kind of, you know, like before the lights out for London stuff. Anyway, I got up this morning, and the first thing I woke up and I like put those records on and started
Yeah.
listening to them, and I've been like
Mhm.
floating on that all
I
day.
went straight to Apple Music and got Bruce like essentials. Let's go.
Yeah, nice.
It's powerful. It's
Yeah, it
everything.
is powerful,
Yeah.
and it's never ending.
No.
Because something always leads to the next thing,
Yeah.
to the next thing, to the next thing, and then you end up circling back. And
Yeah.
Yeah, you forget, you know, how good stuff was. Like, I saw a thing. There's a dude covering Cantrell Barflies. I don't remember or Jar of Flies. I don't remember the name of the song, but it's a heavy song, and he was doing it so good. And I forgot about that song. I went and got it, and it's part. You know, it's on the playlist, so I'll be putting it on. It's
great.
yeah.
I feel like that sort of treasure trove thing is so crazy to me now, especially like living with like the internet and everything now. Like the books are always laid out as like this happened and then this happened and this happened and this happened. But like with art history and especially music history, everything is like being like crossbred and like everything's
Yeah.
happening at the same time. So
Didn't you just recently put a spreadsheet together? You mentioned that, like, really?
Top 100 or something?
Yeah, like the like what was like a.
sorry.
Didn't you put like a
100
big
albums?
I have
like
a-
comprehensive spreadsheet
yeah,
together
so-
of like of something you graded like
Yeah, so
the
in-
top 100 albums or songs or bands or
in 2024, I had a Spotify playlist that I was just adding songs to all the time. I'd add the first song from an album into it, and every day, once a day, I would hit shuffle, and whatever it landed on, I would listen to it all the way through, and then I would give it. I had my own little rating system. I gave it a thumbs up, a shrug, or a thumbs down, and I did it.
No,
for-
there was a shrug plus.
Sure, yeah. Well, there's shrug thumb and shrug thumbs down also. If you want to get technical, but
Well, you know, you listen to. I want to clarify. You listen to the full album.
the full album, not just the song.
the song.
But
And so, would you write a review for yourself, or notes about why you liked it or didn't like it?
If it was like wow, or if it was like really terrible, or just like you know, I was like, oh man, this drags on too long. But it was mainly just like first impressions and just like.
So it wasn't stuff you already had in your catalog.
It was like random.
Okay.
I was the algorithm, and I got some stuff I listened to before, but even still, listening to it with the context of everything, it was great. I got like MF Doom one day, and then Will Smith the next day. So it was just like I never knew it was.
Big Willie style.
Oh man, I don't think I gave it a very good review. It wasn't very good.
What was an unexpected surprise? Something you came across your list, you listened to the full record, and you're like, that was really good.
Oh man, there are some out there, but Britney Spears. I listened to a Britney Spears record. I was like, oh my god, this is incredible. I was floored. I was like in the middle of my Spanish class, just like with my mouth open, just like, whoa, just like listening to it. I don't know. It was just like so. I don't want to say it was like eye-opening or anything, but there's just so much music out there.
Right.
And even just that, I only got like 366 albums, and that's just like, to me, that's like surface level.
That's huge. Yeah.
Because there's like so
Yeah.
much, and that already opened my
A Pandora's box of
Yeah.
of other avenues and
so many
rabbit holes.
There's so many like stuff that I recognize like from that year. Of
How
just, like,
are you one of those like going extremely nerdy deep and finding like the deepest of deep stuff?
Yeah, I try not to be, but I think it's bred into me.
Sure.
To sort of do that. I don't. Again, I just don't think. I don't mean it from like a place of arrogance, but I try to just like, you know, maybe this is a B-side that people have never heard of, so I'll play
Right.
that at Mama Tried. You know,
Right.
maybe this is a demo or a remix or something that maybe a live version that's, you know, maybe not as popular, but it's from a big name group, or maybe that big name group was influenced by this smaller group or whatever, and that's sort of the energy I tell myself to bring at Mama Tried.
That's great.
Let me go back real quick. I asked you what was your best unexpected. What was the worst? What's a popular record you actually find to be a poor record, poor album?
I don't think I listened to it that year, but I listened to the first Velvet Underground record recently with Nico. I didn't get it.
Doing
Whoa.
big for you. Yeah.
Well, we
Sorry.
said we weren't going to get political. We said we weren't going to say anything
Sorry.
offensive.
No, well, here's an idea. Here's a thing I've been kicking around, and I've been kicking around this my whole life. Is like, how do you trust your taste, right? Like, how do you, like, because there's stuff that you like, you don't even know why you like it, and you know it's like, you know,
A guilty
like
pleasure?
why am I tapping my foot to this Bay City Roller song, right?
That's not taste. That's outside influence of like social pressures.
No, but if you're like, do you know that podcast 500, the history of music and 500 songs? So that guy's he's, you know, clearly on the spectrum, and he's very into music, and he has very particular opinions about stuff. His all-time favorite band, which he really, really limits himself on talking about, is the Monkees. And I trust his taste in music. I can't stand the Monkees, right? But so I find myself being like, okay, well, you know, if
Is there something wrong with me?
well, yeah, or like, yeah, why is it that people love the Velvet Underground and will live and die by the Velvet Underground, and
Yeah, well, I
and
think
then
it's-
we'll be like, no, compared to the Monkees, they ain't shit.
Well, I think
It's
it's a bunch of things. I definitely social stuff is.
It's like sports.
It's part. Yeah, I
Who
mean,
wants to be a Bears fan? But you have to be because you're a Bears fan. You can change, but you can't. It's like a skateboard mentality.
yeah, it's it definitely like. I was against the Beatles for a long time. I was just like, who cares? Like all they write is love songs, but you place it into the context of the time, and what the Velvet Underground was doing was so new that it's been like influence and influence and influence and influence. Like you wouldn't know it, but it sounds like everything else. So you listen to it and you're like, oh, this isn't. I've heard this before, even though people at the time were like, what is happening? So I feel like it's a reflection of the time that it was in, and sometimes things are just not for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't. People love Brussels sprouts, but I mean, whatever. I'm all right. I'll pass.
Yeah.
So whatever. I mean, I try to stay open-minded.
Yeah.
You know, with stuff like that. I went into the Velvet Underground thinking like, oh man, this is a classic. I see it everywhere. Like, I'm gonna love it. And then I listened to it, and I was just like,
Yeah.
all right, whatever.
Just didn't do it.
Not. And not for me.
But here's another thing. So speaking of the Beatles, this is another thing that I think about all the time is if we hadn't, are the Beatles great because they're the first ones to do the things that they did? Like they invented so many riffs and rhythms, and they were that bridge between old school rock and roll and newer. Clearly great musicians and really good at writing pop songs.
Right.
If we didn't, if the Beatles had never existed, right? If Paul McCartney and John Lennon had never met, like where would music have gone? Like if there would have been another Beatles,
this is
right? There
deep.
would have been
Yeah.
there would have been another Beatles to
Yeah, it was the
who would have
youth.
been that band that taught us what
Yeah.
rock and roll and pop.
It was like a
would
transitional
be-
time for the youth to
I know.
Yeah.
take the microphone, and get after it. So yeah,
Yeah,
it could have been called the Ants.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if
It was the
it could have been, it could have,
Well said,
yeah.
Warren.
So I just like that's the thing I think about too. It's like people who I'm not a huge Beatles fan,
Mm-hmm.
but I recognize that they were groundbreaking and trailblazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
because they got there first
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
figured it out first.
If
But if
you-
it hadn't been them,
If you wrote Star Wars now, people wouldn't care
right,
because it's been done
Right.
before. But because it was the hot thing at the time, it was so foreign.
true.
It's gonna be
Monumental. It wasn't even
yeah.
like
I think that has sort of been lost, and I'm sure that's gonna happen to us now. We're gonna look at something, be like, "Whoa, this is crazy."
Yeah,
And
nobody.
then-
I mean, no music had ever done or like taken people to that level and that many people all at one time. It was like
Yeah.
Fandemonium was born.
Yeah, and
Do you
that's
do you think that affects how music sells or how music gets popular now because so much has been done? Is there much more ground to be broken?
Oh yeah. I mean, I kind of disagreed with you about even listening to what you said. I feel like no matter what, like people are going to try and push themselves and try and reinvent the wheel. Like it's that idea that like culture is the big thing, and then people don't want to participate, so they create a counterculture movement,
Right.
and then that gets super big, and that becomes the culture, and then
Right.
people don't want to do that, and so it's this cycle and cycle and cycle. So I feel like you said, there would have been another Beatles, there would have been a
Right.
Rolling Stones, there would have been a Velvet Underground,
Sex Pistols.
there would have been Sex Pistols. I think so much of it is just like a reflection of the time, right? Like boomers were just like we're teenagers, right? And so
Right.
like now there's these cute guys making love songs.
Right.
Of course I'm going to buy into that.
Yeah.
So maybe you look on it now and you're like, okay, like I don't get it. But at the time that's all it was.
Right.
That's all there were.
Yeah.
So I hope that answers your question.
Let me
I think it
bring it
does.
back to earth here.
Sorry.
Let me bring it back down. You're DJing Mama Tried.
I am,
Okay.
yes.
In the years past, we've had 2 DJs on Saturday, and you had one on Saturday and one on Sunday. You were now DJing the whole time.
Yes.
12 hours on Saturday, 4 hours on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Why not just make a playlist?
I could easily just make a playlist. I'm not that good at DJing. I don't know that much music, right? But I think, well, not to be. I'd say that
Top five.
Okay. All right, I'll take it. There are there's something so human about like music curation and music discussion that I think has been lost with AI and Spotify and Apple Music and stuff like that. It's like, oh, you listen to rock, here's some more rock stuff. But you talk to somebody and they're like, oh, here's this Japanese band from the 80s you've never heard of. It's like, whoa, these guys are great. And I think there's something so human about making and listening to a bad song too, that I think that's like, I don't know. There's like something so natural, and it feels so much more. I feel like there's so much more connection when somebody is like behind the wheel,
Right.
right? Like,
Yeah, like MSC I think is good at that
Yeah.
because they're like, check out this thing that I got, somebody recommended to me and I've been really digging it, and
Mhm.
it's here it is, and and you know, sometimes you're like, not for me, but other times you're like, man, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've spent time of my life with this thing. Let me show it to
Right.
you. And maybe somebody listening will be like, oh man, I really like that. And then that becomes a favorite song. You're like, you know where I heard that? This Mama Tried event.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like it's much more about like connection and much more personal if somebody's behind it. And I feel like that sort of echoes the sentiment of Mama Tried. You guys
Absolutely.
are celebrating the people
Yeah.
behind it all.
But also, you're not up on on a balcony where nobody can get at you. You're
No,
right
I'm
there
right
on the
there.
stage. You're right at the top of the stairs.
Giving people
She
high
got a
fives.
harness,
Yeah.
like hanging where the helicopter was last year. It's just like dangling
Just
up there.
up
with his
there,
thing.
With
People
his
can like
feet.
grab
Yeah,
his foot.
plexiglass. But do you have, because of that location, do you have people that you see every year that are just like, "What's up, high five"?
Yeah,
and
some
like-
dude gave me $5 as I played a Led Zeppelin song. And I've been trying to relive that high ever since. I've been looking for him. But
Don't get any ideas, Dad.
Are you a good DJ?
no, not at all. Not even a little
It
bit.
just goes against everything we just talked about.
There are like kids at my school. There's this one kid at my school who like he uploaded a video of himself on Instagram. He's like ripping it, like scratching like crazy. I can't do any of that. I don't know how to do any of that. The most I do on stage is go from left to right. But I'm not good at DJing. I think I'm good with people. I think I'm good at reading people. And so a lot of DJs, I don't mean this arrogantly, but like a lot of DJs are really good with hip hop or they're really good with house. That's like all they play. That's all they know. And they're really great at those. But what if the crowd isn't a hip hop crowd?
Yeah.
What if the crowd isn't a house crowd?
Right.
I feel like I'm really good at like the pivot of just like, okay, this isn't working. Let's try a totally new avenue. So I feel like what I don't make up for in like technical ability, I feel like I make up for in like personality. Like it's gonna feel much more. I kind of want it to feel like your friend who's just like, hey, come check out these records I got. That's kind of my vibe with
Yeah.
Mama
Yeah.
Tried. It's just like,
Yeah.
come check this out.
Well, you're modulating the vibe too, right? And one
Yeah.
thing I learned from your dad was you can't bounce it off the rev limiter for 6 hours, right? Like
No.
I learned that like you can't just play AC/DC, like Whole Lotta Rosie, like
Yeah.
that level of song, like
Yeah.
and keep that level
Yeah.
going without
Yeah.
dipping it down once in a while. Let everyone get a breather.
Mhm.
Go to the bathroom, get a beer.
You just gotta play a
like-
soul song
yeah.
every once in a while.
Yeah, and you got to just give them a second to like regroup and like.
It was Merritt that coined the phrase to me, and on that same sentiment, you only get so many woos in life, and if you're wooing at everything, the woos become meaningless. Does this make sense?
Yes.
You got
Yes.
I stand by that.
Yeah.
I stand by that.
you got to throttle back the woos.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You can't be woos all the
And,
time.
and like, is this woo worthy?
Always chasing
Yeah.
the first high.
In the woo economy,
Yes.
like where is it? Where does it land?
All right,
Can't be full woo.
we
Can't be wooing it up.
we started this conversation. Someone brought up the term of like you're cultivating the culture of the room or Mama Tried. What is the culture of the room of Mama Tried? What is the vibe of the room?
I think
As someone, if I can elaborate on
Yeah,
that
yeah.
question, as someone who doesn't come from the motorcycle world, right?
No.
Like you're of course you've been around it your whole
Yeah.
life because your dad and all of us,
Yeah.
but like
I'm the head of my student council at school. I don't. The most I go to is like a meeting after school. I don't go to racetracks or anything like that. No offense to people who do, but it's just like it's not my thing.
it's not your thing.
Yeah. I think from what I see as like the common like stereotypical like white dude with the big bushy beard and like a leather jacket stinking up a bar as like a biker, right? And I'm like, oh god, it's a biker event. It's so like needed and necessary for spaces like Mama Tried to exist to highlight the people that don't fit those white dudes with big bushy beards and denim jackets. Maybe there's like some
But they're also
No
they
offense.
also feel comfortable there.
yeah, like maybe there's some
I feel great there.
yeah,
Exactly.
maybe there's like a black woman who's just as into motorcycles as this
Yeah.
other dude, but
Mhm.
now there's a space for her to go and express that. And if you're a white dude with a big bushy beard, with a leather jacket, go to another event. There's plenty more out there for you. Let us have Mama Tried. You know what I mean? Mama Tried.
They can still come.
Yeah.
They can still
Well, yeah.
They might
can
learn
still come.
something.
Buy a T-shirt. But
Yeah.
Mama Tried is like for the freaks.
Yes.
For the weirdos,
That's
and I
true.
feel like we need spaces like that in any realm, in any world.
You just need a place that is
true.
warm and inviting,
Yeah.
and to do it with motorcycles and
Yeah.
people is
It's
a better way.
It's the people. It's the people. I feel like
Hugs
that's
and high fives.
yeah. I feel like that's the biggest detractor because when you think, when I thought biker, I thought like something totally
leather.
different, and now it's like I'd see like the Midwest hospitality and like all of this like great. Like it feels like I'm not a motorcycle person, but I still feel so welcome and included as a music guy, as a DJ. It's beautiful.
Let me have a little bit of
Appreciate
fun
that.
with your knowledge of your dad's friends.
Oh God.
Freak, okay?
Mhm.
Real quick, freak or not a freak?
Mhm.
Scrapper Dan.
Freak.
Okay, it's
Capital
too
F.
quick.
Capital F.
Okay, Doug Frazier.
Weirdo. Yeah.
He's not a freak. Okay. How about Warren here?
Warren's a freak. Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
What about Lala?
Lala's a weirdo. Lala's a weirdo, definitely.
So just real quick, what's the threshold of a freak or weirdo? Is a weirdo almost a freak? You know what I mean? I need some more science
they're
here.
superfluous. They're like it's like instead of a spectrum going like this, it's kind of like a horseshoe. It's
Okay.
like you can be a freak. Like not all weirdos. Yeah. All weirdos are freaks. Not all freaks are weirdos. You know what I mean?
Okay. I gotta play this one back to get back to
A little
it.
too didactic. I apologize. I'll throw it
Okay, I
back.
appreciate the
You know
vocabulary.
what?
So does
If you're, I know you're really good at multitasking because like you like to with the spreadsheets and like you
Yeah.
like to even you make lists when you've DJ'd in the past. You've made lists of what you played,
That's where I get that from.
right?
Look at that.
Yeah.
A lot of lists.
I feel like there's not enough motorcycle people with monikers. There's not enough Bobby the Legs. There's not enough,
Yeah.
Slippery Pete's in the world.
Not a lot of fingers.
And
Montgomery.
maybe that's this year is the merit challenge. You can just like look out in the crowd and be like, that guy.
Yeah.
I got one for that guy.
yeah. Dirty Pete.
So
yeah.
anyway,
Yeah. I got you.
Scott the Ship Johnson.
But despite being freaks, and you know this from growing up at our house, we live around freaks.
Yeah, we. Yeah.
You haven't been to Warren's house maybe at any length, but I'm assuming Warren has a lot of freaks at his house. And
Only when you guys come over.
okay, ooh, rough host. But freaks are good people.
Oh, freaks are great people. I love the freaks.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I love the freaks.
that's why you moved to
The
Landon.
outcasts.
Yeah, that's welcome to Milwaukee. We're the city of freaks.
Non-boring people.
Exactly.
Everybody's so weird. And that's
Yeah.
so much fun. You go to other cities and everybody's the same. We met a dude who he owned bug repellent. And it was like he took our picture. It was awesome. Where else does this happen? You know what I mean? We're in. I think I.
What does
take
that mean?
Exactly. Exactly. He said he was the #1 killer in Afghanistan because he killed bugs because he had some sort of stock in bug repellent, and he took our photo. Thanks
On the
for
streets
coming.
of Milwaukee.
Yeah, and I've never seen him since.
Milwaukee's a weird place.
Oh, that's great.
No, I mean, but really, is Milwaukee a weird place? I mean,
Yeah,
Cleveland has weirdos, doesn't it?
100%. But
Yes.
Mama Tried has created a beacon, like moths to a flame, for all of the freaks and weirdos to take a one-way trip there.
That's true.
That is true.
I don't think I can refute that.
That is
We
true.
are we're like a lighthouse.
Yeah. He's
Scanning
calling the freaks.
horizon of
yeah.
freaks.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sure other events have their sort of freaks, but maybe they're like, you know what, this is too much. This is too freaky. Maybe you're not welcome here. Mama Tried. You guys can't get enough. People are climbing over themselves to get into the thing.
The freaks are climbing it.
Yeah, the freaks are climbing in.
And just real quick, what is the definition of a freak? Give me some science.
Everybody knows. You know a freak. Everybody knows.
Someone
a
that
freak.
doesn't
when
fit.
you see
Someone
one.
that's
It's like pornography.
tanned, they're trans.
You know when you see it.
What do you call it?
Yeah.
I think they're on the margins of society.
Yeah, marginalized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. Everybody listening has pictured a freak in their head. Whether
I think it can be overused, though. It can be a meaningless word. It's overused, but we're using it in its purest sense.
an outcast.
An outcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Scrapper, yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and again, that is not a testament to his heart or his talents. They only amplify them.
No, exactly. I think everybody's got a little bit of a freak in them, you know. And I think we need spaces like Mama Tried, like Flat Out Friday, to sort of let your inner freak flag fly. I'm not the
Yeah.
person who coined that term, but you know, I feel like that's so.
Yeah.
Because if everybody wanted to just like, I feel like people are just so comfortable, right? People can create their own like little bubbles of safety on social media and stuff like that. I don't mean to turn this into like a why I oughta.
That's
you
a
know,
soapbox.
the
as they say.
soapbox.
Yeah, I
But
get it. But
like-
finish your point.
But I think Milwaukee has a unique motorcycle culture. We hear that from people who
Yeah.
come here to visit, and they're just
Mhm.
like, "Man, I want to, I want to move here." Like, when in my town, if there's a motorcycle night, there's 6 people will show up.
Yeah.
And here you have a motorcycle night, and 600 people will show
Mhm.
up.
Mhm.
So we're lucky that way that we have whatever this secret sauce that
Yeah.
developed.
It's like
years and years ago.
Yeah, it's like if, let's say like California or something, and they're like LA has like a great like car show scene. Like you can see this really nice, like Ferrari, or you can come to Milwaukee and see this guy's rust bucket with like this propeller hat taped to the top of it. Which one's gonna stick with you more? You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's true. That's
Let-
what I think.
Let me zoom out a little bit, and we're gonna begin to conclude it. We're gonna bring this back down to a full landing here. What's it growing up in a house? Growing up with your, so to speak, uncles. Growing up about the development, the organization of Mama Tried, and your peripheral vision.
Oh, that's a good way to put it. Well, growing up with this guy over here, you ever seen Kramer from Seinfeld?
Oh, God.
Kind of Kramer from Seinfeld. Yeah.
What about that? How's that me?
He's just like
yeah.
busting in. You know how he walks into the room?
And what do I say?
He said, "I need you to do this ice protest right now," and it's like, okay, all right, okay, let's tone it down a little bit.
What are some things that I've busted in your room and asked you to do? What is,
Here, taste this. Something that you made for breakfast, or we got to cut this. We're cutting up that tree that fell in the yard.
Yeah,
We're putting
yeah,
up the ice
tree,
rink.
yeah, our tree house fell over.
Yeah. Or we're putting up the ice rink. Have you guys put up the ice rink this year?
not this year.
Not
no.
this year, but it's like growing up and like there's a bike race happening.
Yeah,
in your
there's
backyard.
always something
There's
happening
always
right
something
outside
happening.
of your house. Your house is like ground
There's
zero.
a dude whose first
River West.
his first name is Scrapper. Like, think about that. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But I've become so used to it. I don't even think about it anymore. You know what I mean?
It's fun growing up with uncles like that.
Yeah, 100%.
I had an Action Jackson. He used to sleep on his bike in our driveway and wake up to him. I watched him one time go into the woods and come back with a skunk tail pinned to his jacket.
That's awesome.
I want to say you know nothing about motorcycles. I want everyone to know this, that you do know how to ride a motorcycle.
I did for a little bit of time. Yeah.
Did?
I rode a 50 for a little bit of time.
Yeah, max is
It's
50.
in the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't realize it was still around. But I rode it, and I was just like, my brother likes it, so I gotta like it. I'm missing out on something. I don't know. It didn't click with me, but I think I
Maybe it will when you go to college.
There's still time.
Yeah.
I can be radicalized.
There's
definitely.
nothing like going down the highway and listening to music, man.
I believe it.
Wait, you're going to New Orleans, right? You're gonna go to college down there.
It's definitely in the rotation. Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm 18. I'm still looking at colleges, and there's some opportunities outside of Milwaukee, outside of Wisconsin, that I'm looking at. New Orleans, yeah, it was one of them.
Cool.
I just toured it recently. It looked great. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And
That's very cool.
yeah.
Give us someone's Florida crush on when we come down to visit.
Never been.
You mentioned that you rode a motorcycle, but you also traveled around the United States with your brother and I.
Yeah.
I took
For-
you on the road
for races.
when you were very young.
Oh yeah.
We slept in a minivan. We slept on roadside camping.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about that.
I couldn't I couldn't get the door. It was like a sliding door from like whatever 2008 Toyota Camry or something, and I couldn't get the door open. You know, it was like those sliding doors. I was so young, I couldn't get it open. I had to pee really bad, so I just peed my pants and I took my shirt off and wiped
Okay.
the floor with it.
Okay.
That's how young I was. That's my point. It was just like
And what kind of places? What kind of places did you go? What kind of people did you meet? What kind of things did we do?
What kind of minivan are you running?
I
here?
don't know.
yeah, the freak van. Man, it's just so many.
Wait, I want to. What was the eating like
what-
when you guys were traveling? Like
what was
this?
the what like?
Eating. Did you
Oh,
guys?
what was the
did you
eating
go
like?
to? Did you have a cooler?
You know, I mean, on
Making
one trip,
sandwiches?
maybe I don't know how old you were. Let me see if you remember this. I
Making
took
tacos?
I took Loyal to Super Camp in Atlanta
Okay.
over spring break. So I took Merritt with us and like let's make a road trip out of it. So we stopped in Memphis, New Orleans, Mobile, Alabama, Nashville, Atlanta. Do you remember this trip?
Nashville.
What was
yeah.
the food like? Well, how did we eat?
Well, I always associate the South with just like sweet tea. I always drink a sweet tea whenever I'm in the South because it's just
Heck
so
yeah.
hot. You just sweat it all
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Don't even think about it. I usually get like catfish and like.
Yeah, but you were so I fed you.
Yeah.
I was an okay dad. This was calling services on me.
It was great. I mean, I just like for whatever reason, the combination of like the heat and that greasy fried food, it just feels like it's just
So
like
great.
feels nothing.
Yeah.
Like I might as well eat a salad. It's like the same thing.
Right.
I feel like I'm running off the same energy there.
One more motorcycling event we used to do is for many years I took Merritt for Loyal to participate in the John Penton race, the John Penton GNCC. Do you know this race?
Mm-hmm.
You know it?
I know of it. I've never been.
It's like a 30-mile course, even for the kids. Most laps in an hour, 2 hours, even for the young kids. And I took you there to southern Ohio, in the mountains of southern. You remember these times?
Oh, I do remember this.
And what do you
Yes.
remember? Well, off the top of your head, give me something.
I remember was this the people we were staying with? They had just like a hole in the ground
That's
full
right.
of water.
Yeah.
It was like this dark pit full of water. We all peed in it. We all swam in it.
Okay.
Noticing
Lot of pee.
Lot of pee. Yeah, I didn't mean to bring that up again, but
You mean a well?
it was just like a hole in the ground. I didn't even know what it was.
It was. It
big
was a hole
hole?
in the ground, and they put rubber lining in it, and it was on a hill. So whenever it rained, the water filled in this puddle, and then the idea that the mud would flow out of it,
But
but it was black, and so it was hot, and it was great.
I
And we would
remember
all
that.
come up with dog hair and mud. It was the Swicks. The Swick. We have no family. The Swicks. Their land was on the John Penton. They're friends of friends. They welcomed us to stay and camp for free on the grounds of the racetrack, essentially. So for 4 or 5 years, and then and when the race was over, I would get all the Swicks together, and we would organize our own race.
it's always a bit.
Oh,
It's
really?
always a bit.
always a bit.
Yeah.
It's always a bit.
Tell me I'm wrong.
The Swick race.
100.
Nice.
All right, so we're parting here. The week of Mama Tried is coming up.
Yeah.
Couple highlights for you.
The pre-party is always a blast.
So you've DJ'd this. You've been to the pre-parties.
I've been there. Yeah, there was one at Fuel. I was underage at the time, so it was a little dicey there.
You're
But
You're
still
underage now,
underage.
but
I'm still yeah.
just minor detail.
Yeah. But I watched DJ Kev up there, and I was up next. I was like, oh man, like I can't do this. And I queued up my
Tough
first
act to
song.
follow.
I queued up my first song. He's like, dude, great pick. And I was like, I got this.
All right.
I got this.
DJ Kev's the king of the Stoke. That's
yeah,
for sure.
well, it was him and some other DJs that I was just like, man, I got to do that.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, I don't know, it just seems so fun. Obviously, the actual event is great. I'll be there. I'm Mama Tried, Saturday, Sunday. Come give me a hug or something.
You mentioned about people give you $5 if they come up to you and talk to you, and you're very accessible. I imagine as a DJ, the bane of your existence is constant requests.
Yeah, only if it's good.
Is that what you tell them?
Only if it's good. I'll play it only if it's good. And you know what? It usually isn't. So
Yeah, the folks that want requests makes sense.
yeah,
You should, what about having a jar there?
I could do that. Yeah,
A tip jar?
I could do
jar.
that. Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I
and
think
so
it's a-
they
I
write
think
the
it's a great
request on the
idea.
money.
Yeah, doesn't
The
guarantee.
worse the song, the more expensive.
Yeah,
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 there's a
yeah. I'll have
scale.
a tier
Yeah.
list program.
How much does Bay City Rollers cost me?
$200.
Whoa.
Well, thanks, Merritt, for giving your insight on culture.
Yeah, thanks for
and,
having
me.
and how it's related to Mama Tried. I wanted to highlight the fact that, again, this is about motorcycle people. It's about the culture and what we radiate. I know that at the end of our weekend, we always have a little bit of a get together and a dinner, and I'm always filled with warmth at the power of the residuals of what we are producing. And I like how you say it's the freak light, I guess,
Yeah.
is what we're, right? We
The freak-
resonate this.
The freak beacon.
The freak beacon.
The
The
freak.
freakin'.
Freaking.
Yeah, naturally.
And that it comes back to us in ways I didn't predict. I didn't predict what's going on in Malaysia or Brazil, and not that we're directly responsible, but of it for it. But we were a part of it.
Yeah. How many? I mean, you found the freaks in Malaysia. You found the freaks in Brazil. They came to you.
The freaks found us.
We
Yeah.
found that. Well, or we found them.
Yeah.
In
Call me
Sturgis.
A lot of freaks.
A lot of freaks. A lot of freaks. Freaks welcome.
Freakiest.
Well, I'm gonna push this.
Talk about a beacon.
Is that not a freak beacon? Sturgis itself?
Yeah.
It is the original freak beacon.
It's the original freak beacon. But I feel like, again, going back to sort of the culture, counterculture thing, Sturgis is great for, I feel, as somebody who's like, hasn't been in it, but, I've seen it online and I have a very, narrow perception of it. It seems like it attracts a very certain type of person who thinks differently than maybe those that would attend Mama Tried. And those people sort of dominate that space. You know what I mean? So for the people that don't look like those people at Sturgis, that go to Sturgis, they're like, oh man, I don't belong here. So you go, what's that across the distance? I see a lighthouse for me.
Freak beacon.
A freak beacon for me, the regular old Joe. If you don't belong here, come to this other lunch table. You know what I mean?
Well, I think what you're saying, though,
I hear you.
and I don't mean this to be any disrespect, you can certainly correct me, that Sturgis was a freak beacon.
Mm-hmm.
It was the counterculture. It became the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we were the counterculture to that culture.
Yes.
Is that, or am I being too...
I mean, yeah, we're different. And the
Yeah.
counterculture is different.
And I want to preface that nothing, the white bushy beard guy is not the enemy in this context at all.
No.
Sturgis is
No.
not the enemy in all of this.
But-
We're just looking at this as a
But
cultural
there
development.
have been spaces for white bushy beard people forever. So maybe let's highlight some of the people that aren't, white
Yeah.
bushy beard people.
But Sturgis originally was the space for people that didn't fit in.
Mhm.
That's why Sturgis became Sturgis.
Yeah.
Was because, like you were saying, it was a counterculture thing, and then it gets
Yeah.
co-opted, and it just eats its own tail.
Yeah.
Eventually, and,
Yeah.
and just becomes like normal.
Yeah.
But back in the day, I mean, I was Michael Lichter. I got one of his books from way back in the day, and I wasn't around back then. But like looking at Sturgis, what it was in the 70s and 60s, it wasn't even in the 60s. It was like 72 or 73 or something like that, right? When it first started. But like even in the early 80s, it was like people who had tattoos.
Yeah.
People who were into weird like sexual stuff. Like who liked to dress in leather, or like who were just that was where you could go and be
Hippies
yourself.
and weirdos and
But like more than just bikers. Like even early punkers could go there and be accepted.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think, that's the thing I learned about Sturgis. It wasn't just about
Yeah.
like what the modern version of biker culture. It started out as something unique and an alternative where you're the one person in your town who never feels at home
Yeah.
being into the shit that you're into, and you can go to Sturgis and be like, these are my people.
It was an alternative when there wasn't many alternatives.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And that's
Agreed.
where I feel Mama Tried is taking in that sort of realm, that sort of space again.
When do we
Yes.
eat our own tail? How do we slow down eating our own tail?
Yeah.
Slow down from eating our own tail.
Yeah. How do we prevent
how do we not
ourselves?
from becoming the cult, the mainstream?
I don't think there's really any way to.
I think it just happens.
It
Is that
just,
what you,
there's
is that
not.
what you mean?
Are we mainstream?
No, I'm asking you. What do you mean exactly by eating our own
Well,
tail?
you know, you
You start
there's
out
a
as a.
find
sorry.
balance of
Yeah.
when that shift happens. Will it happen?
What's the shift, though? I don't understand. What
The
is
shift is
You start out as this countercultural thing,
And then
And
you become a
then-
culture.
and then there's rancid.
okay? I think what we do.
we
one
could
is
be considered that in many
Yeah.
circles in the motorcycle world for sure.
we're
It happens
considered-
to everyone.
we're
It
considered
happens to every
mainstream.
single.
Yeah.
There's no way you can keep it that real for that long. It
No.
just doesn't.
Yeah.
It's
No.
Sure. Let's use the example with Mama Tried as like, why aren't we at the Mecca? We should be at the Mecca. Why are we at the Pfizer? And I don't think I have the energy to go back to those first years of how Flat Out Friday was just absolutely off the rails. And now that I've got it on the rails, okay, let's appreciate that, I guess.
yes. Took a lot of work to get it there.
It took a lot of work to get it on the rails. But I do appreciate that we trust each other's freakness in what we're doing. So my point is we have a week of events planned, and there's a lot of red herrings or a lot of weird things that are planned that you guys are doing or that I'm doing, and we just know, I don't know how Magic Mike DJs per se. I trust it. I trust the process,
Yeah.
and I trust it's curated, but yet we have so much freedom for people to have space in it. My point is, that's what I think will always keep us non-mainstream.
Sure.
We're not pushing an image that we want per se. We're very loose to the entertainment we provide. I think the bikes are always diverse. The racing is going to be hopefully different this year than you've ever seen before. So we try to keep it fresh. That's my answer to how do we stop from eating our own tail.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever been normal. Even in my older age, I still find myself to be a bit of a radical, as my son could attest to.
Yeah.
All right, we're wrapping this up. How are we doing on time over here, host? We're over time.
All right.
Okay, well, thanks. I hope this discussion was helpful. Thanks, Merritt, for
Thanks,
coming on.
Merritt.
Thanks for having me.
All right.